Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. Give me 1 minute, okay? So I'm just. What happened is like after so many days I'm using this account, right? So there is like something has happened. I wanted to open another tab, but it's not opening. So all those things, okay? Namaskara. I'm fine. Good evening. Good evening, Sachin, Manisha, Molya, Pallavi. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. I'm fine. I'm awesome. How are you guys? How are you all? Hmm. Good evening, Chan, Sarjanyan, Chan. Yeah, after a long time. Exactly. So, 1 more minute. Yeah. Welcome to the class. Okay. So, I'm also awesome. I think every one of you awesome, it seems, right? So, lockdown, no work, and nothing to do. Only watching class. Yeah. Good guys then. So we'll start the class. I thought of starting class 5 minutes early to talk with you, but all these things happened. Okay. Hmm. Okay, we will start the class without wasting time then. So I think you guys are discussing about. Shweta are also back from Monday. Really, I don't know about that. Would you continue class? I'm not sure about that. I'm continuing a class. Today, madam is on holiday. Sorry, leave. That's why I took class. Okay. Yeah, that's why I came here as a substitution. Okay. Okay. Hello. Good evening for the people who are in YouTube also. Okay, let us take a 1 minute and then we will start what we are doing and what we are dealing, right? So I think every one of you are dealing with human reproduction, male reproductive system. I think you already discussed about from the testicles to the until up to the seminal vesicle and all those things, right? I think, yeah, from today we will move on to the things, okay? So, yeah, what we are studying today then. So in today's class, we are discussing about male genital system and yeah, urethra is completed. Okay, good. Okay, so male genital system we will study first. Whatever the leftover is there, that one. Next, we will move on to the male accessory glands. Then we will move on to the function of reproductive system, and finally disorders of male reproductive system. Okay, so these are our objectives, guys. Remember, like these chapters are very important. Okay, why I'm telling is like there are certain chapters, so those are not only help you to gain marks. Okay, these are really needed for life. Okay, like in biology, I can take these examples like reproduction, human reproduction, and reproductive health chapters. In chemistry, what is that? Chemistry in everyday life chapter. Okay, those things are actually you need it, right? So for those kind of the chapters, try to focus more. Okay, try to understand the concept better. It will help you a lot. Okay. Good evening, Ashwin. Okay. So we'll start the class, guys. As usual, before starting the class, we will discuss two questions. Okay, recall test. The first question came. The first question is asked in NEET 2019. The question is simple. Select the correct sequence for transport of sperm cells in male reproductive system. Okay, we have four options. I'm not reading all the options. Take your time and read. Then I'm launching the poll. Okay, so option A starts from testis to urethra meters. Option B testis to urethra. Option C seminiferous tubule to urethra meters. And fourth option is seminiferous tubule to the urethra. Okay, what is the correct way? Remember, and when they're asking the question, there may be certain organs missing from the option. Okay, but that is not our concern. What is our concern? Our concern is the flow is correct or not. They're asking about sequence, right? You have to check about sequence, not all the options. Okay, don't think about okay only few, 5 6 options are there, or only 11 options are there, or only 12 options are there, that is the correct. Nothing like that. Here sequence is important rather than how many organs they mention. Okay, I'm launching the polls, guys. Yes, think about it. Chirant, what are you thinking? Hmm? Think about it properly, then answer the question. Hi Anu, hi Gopika. But long time, right? After a long time, we are meeting again, but we didn't get the chance to talk. because of this. I have a desktop here, okay. It have Intel i7, but still it struck some. I don't know. I really don't know what happened to this. I clicked on the Chrome like last 5 minutes ago. Still, it's not open. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with that. Hmm. Yeah. Last 10 minutes, guys. Sorry, 10 seconds, guys. Don't waste your time. Still, like how many? Only 50% people voted. We still need 30 people answer. Really? Really? Yeah, I got the answers from YouTube. I'm ending the pool. Yes, I will tell you. I'm sharing the result. Hi Pritam. 8% chosen option A, 25% B, 58% C, and 8% chosen D. Okay, I'm stop sharing the results, and in YouTube, everyone chosen option C only. Okay, everyone chosen option C. Let us check from the one by one. Okay, we will go for the option which one? A. Okay. So what is wrong with A? What is the wrong with A? What do you guys think? What is the mistake which is present in this option? Any answers? One second. This YouTube is also active. Exactly, right. So what they mentioned testes, then they mentioned epididymis, then efferentia, right? So what should happen? Efferentia should go there, epididymis should come there, right? So this is not the correct answer. And they mentioned about urethral meatus. This is correct. What is the meaning of meatus? Meatus means opening. Okay, opening. Urethral meatus, urethra is coming out, right? Where it will end. So that's called urethral meatus. Okay, so we can say that urethral meatus is present in the penis, right? That's all. Like where it will be open, called as the urethral meatus. Okay, exactly. So next is the option B. Here, what happens? Testis, epididymis, vas apparentia, rete testis they are mentioning. It's completely wrong. You can remove that, right? What about C? C is correct. Yeah, everyone's as everyone mentioned, most of you mentioned option C is correct. What about option D? Option D, seminal vestibule, vas efferentia, epididymis, inguinal canal, and urethra. Remember, inguinal canal is here. It's only helpful for descending of the testicles. Nothing to do with the movement of the sperm, right? Nothing to do with the movement of sperm. It's related to the inguinal canal. It's like out of group, right? Out of group. So you can remove that. So D option is also wrong. The correct answer is option C, seminal vestibule, rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, vasa differentia, ejaculatory duct, urethra, and urethral meatus. Okay, so it's like an order. Just remember, okay, just try to remember the order. That's also very important. Okay, great guys. If you have any doubt regarding this question, just let me know. Inguinal canal is where testis descend down along with the peritoneum. Exactly, Deepika. Exactly. Okay, so inguinal canal is just a canal. Nothing else is there. Okay, so that is nothing to do with the transport of sperm. It is only dealing with the how the scrotal sac forms. Right. Exactly. We will move on then. Okay, we will move on to the second question. Where is the inguinal canal present? What? Where you went, dude, last 2 days? Okay, think about like this. This is the penis, okay, and here is the scrotal sac. Okay, think about something like this. So here is our abdomen, right? Here is the abdomen, and here is the scrotal sac. Here is the scrotal sac, right? And here is the testicles, right? Here is the testicles. So this adjoining gap is there, right? This gap is there, right? This is called as the inguinal canal. Inguinal canal, okay, because this connect the lower abdomen to the testicles. Sorry, a scrotal sac. Okay, it will connect the lower abdomen to the scrotal sac. Okay, so what is the function of this then? What is the function of this particular one? One second. Yeah, function of this is like initially testicles are produced in the abdomen in the uterine life. Okay, before the birth. Okay, then it will be transported along in this. Okay, which just signifies the abdominal origin of the testis. Exact. No, like it is not only significance. Okay, if you tell that it only signifies, that means there is no inguinal canal, it just shows that like that. Okay, but that is not the case. Here is space is there, right? This portion we call it as the inguinal canal. Okay, this portion we call it as the inguinal canal. So what is the function? As mentioned, so initially testes are produced in the abdominal portion. Okay, later it moved on from here to the here. Okay, it moved on from there to the scrotal sac. Okay, we will study that when we are studying about disorder. Okay, no problem. So we'll move on to the second question. Second question is super easy. Okay, so question is, the testes in humans are situated outside the abdominal cavity inside a pouch called scrotum. The purpose served is for maintaining the scrotal temperature, escaping any possible compression, providing more space, providing secondary sexual feature. This question is asked in AIPMT 2011. Okay, I don't think you guys need any more time to this, right? This is like a super easy kind of question. Anybody can answer, like, right? Anybody can answer this particular question. And remember, guys, one question may be easy or doubt that may be easy to me and all the things, right? If you have that, if you have any doubt, that just put it in the chat box. Okay, I will clarify it. Yeah. Okay, last 30 seconds. Take your time. I got positive responses from the YouTube. Good. Here, yes, here is also awesome. It's going awesome. Still 20 minutes are there. But only 64% answered. What about other? Are you guys become lazy or what? Huh? Okay. How many? Last 5 seconds. Sorry, seconds. I'm just missing it 2 minutes. Okay, sorry, it's seconds. Don't wait for minutes. Yeah. Okay, I'm ending the poll, guys. I'm ending the poll and I'm sharing the results. 98% choose an option A. In last moment, someone choose an option B, and nobody choose an option C and D. It's great. Okay, I think everyone of you know, right? So, what is the function of this? What happens? There are like dartos muscle will be present, right? So, what happens? It is normally present a little bit away from the internal body, because the internal body temperature will be high. In that high temperature, the production of the sperms will be getting reduced. That's why it's moving little away. Okay, so along with the dartos muscle, there is a movement also will be there, right? If the temperature rises, then what happens? It will relax, the muscles will relax, then it is go more away from the internal body. If the temperature rises, then what happens? Sorry, as the temperature, exactly. Temperature rises, it will go away. If the temperature reduces, then what happens? It will contract. That means moving towards the body to get the more temperature, right? To get the more radiation or temperature, you can say. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is option A. Crematorious muscle, crematorious muscle. Okay, Chant, we will do that. Okay, crematorious and dartos, we will discuss both of that. Okay, that's not in this slide. I will add that. Okay, later, no problem. Dartos and crematorious, we will discuss about both. Okay, simple. Dartos is like joint and it's like lifting that testicles. Crematorious is like doing the same work, but in the this one, what is that? Scrotal sac. Okay, crematory is surrounding the scrotal sac and it's lifting it. And what is that? Dartos is like helping in the elevation of testis. Exactly, Preetham. Correct. Okay, so we'll move on to the things. So I just want to revise the things, because like stop any confusion or anything, right? So from where we started from the testicles, right? So from the testicles, you can find that there is epididymis are present. Here is the where actually these our sperms are getting matured, and this is connected to the ductus difference or vas difference. Both the names are same only. Okay, and these are called ductus difference because these also store sperm, right? That's why they call it as like duct. Okay, that kind. Okay, so this will almost make a circle around here, and it will, when it reaches to this portion, it will become swollen. Okay, this swollen part of the vas differentia is called as ampulla. Okay, why it's called ampulla? because here sperm will be stored. Okay, sperm will be stored, and here the vas differentia is enlarged. Okay, so if someone asks what is the ampulla in male reproductive system, ampulla means simple anywhere solon. Okay, here means the solon part of the vas differentia where sperms will be stored. Okay, so think about something like this, like when ejaculation is happening, right? What is the meaning of ejaculation? Ejaculation means moving out of the sperm, right? When semen is moving out of the body, right? Throwing out of the sperm or throwing out of the semen outside of the body through the penis is called ejaculation, right? During the ejaculation, sperm not comes from here. Remember, sperm production happens here, but during the ejaculation, sperm won't come from the testicles. It will come from this particular portion. Okay, it will come from the ampulla and this ampulla and this portion. Okay, understood? It's stored in ampulla and it's ejected. Not it will. It's not. It will not come from here to here. Okay. Just imagine if it is coming from here to here means it's like it takes time, right? Because it's like so many times it twisted and everything, right? So that's not the case. They will move from here to here and they will store here. From here it will be ejaculated, right? So here you can observe there are like a lot of other glands also there. You can see the urinary bladder. Behind the urinary bladder you can find the seminal vesicle. This will also give a liquid secretion to the sperms, okay, semen. And along with that, in the below, you can also find prostate gland. This also gives some secretion. We will study about the secretion in today's class, okay. And as you can observe here, you can also find the ejaculatory duct. This ejaculatory duct help in the pushing that liquid, okay. This is something like, think about you are standing here and I came and pushed you, okay. Then what happens? You are forcibly go, right? Exactly same condition. Those semi-liquid forms will be there, and this ejaculator by contraction and relaxation, it will push it, okay, it will push it. Why the pushing is happening? Because when during the reproductive process or during the coitus, the sperms have to reach as much as internal body of the female, right? As much as internal. When it's pushing it forcefully, then what happens? It can reach more distance, right? It can cover more distance. That's why it's pushing it, okay. Next, below that, you can find the bulbourethral gland. That's also not the important gland. We will study about what is its function. Okay, if you observe, you will see that how much short distance are in between genital system and anus. Okay, so it's like almost like adjacent to each other, right? So if you continue this here, these are called what is the prostatic urethra, and these are called membranous urethra. Okay, membranous urethra is continued to form the penile urethra. Okay, so here is prostatal urethra, this one is the membranous urethra, and it is continued to form the penile urethra. Okay, it will continue up to this and it will go south through the urethral meatus or urethral opening. Okay, it's a urethral opening, it will go south like this, right? Exactly. Orifice, you can also say external orifice also. Okay, external urethral orifice also you can use. Okay, so we will study in detail about these parts today. Okay, these particular parts and also the all these glands. Okay, today we will study about these things. Shall we move on? Okay, so first things comes is penis. You can call it as like penis or you can call it like penis. Everything is fine. Okay, how you pronounce it is completely up to you guys. There is no restriction. Okay, so there is no particular restriction like you have to call it in such a way that because like normally regularly we call it like penis. Okay, but if you observe in movies or in the western dialects, they call it as like penis. Okay, both the pronunciation are completely fine. Okay, urethral splinters, remember, so what happens is here, like there are like two internal what is that, splinters will be there. Okay, one is internal splinter and another one is the external splinter. Okay, this internal splinter, okay, cannot be controlled, like it will be like almost like functioned autonomously. Okay, it's like controlling itself and it's like that. But external orifice, you can control it. Okay, it's like a non-autonomous kind of the structure. Why it will be any splinter means it's just a how can I say, wall in a pipe. Okay, it's just a wall in a pipe. Manisha, actually I'm explaining that only. So think about a wall. Okay, think about a pipe. In that pipe, think about a wall is here. Okay, what the function of wall? wall is stop anything which is stop the water which is coming out, right? Exactly same condition. But here what happens, it also have the wall, but the wall is called as sphincters. Okay, wall is called as sphincters. It will just regulate what to move out. Okay, what to move out. And normally these sphincters are unidirectional in function. Okay, this can only open from this area to this area. Exactly, even our anal sphincters also there. In anal sphincters, two exactly same two sphincters. Okay, one is internal anal sphincter, another is the external anal sphincter. Okay, there also internal anal sphincter is completely controlled. Okay, but external anal, non-controllable. External anal sphincters are controllable. Okay, there also two sphincter system is there. There also same thing. Okay, only one way passage will be there. Okay. Okay, so these things are nothing. This is just a what is that, prostate gland. Okay, they made a cut in this prostate gland and they represented how these things are. Okay, they just represented it. Is nothing like that. Okay, once again. Yeah, so what we are discussing, this is connected to here and nothing else. Okay, nothing else. So we will come to the splinters. So I am discussing what the splinters will do. Okay, splinters will just this will constrain movement of the things from one side to the another side. Okay, movement of the things from the one side to the another side. So normally here is also two will be present and there also another two will be present. Okay, normally that happens. Okay, what is stomach sphincter? Exactly, in the stomach and digestive tract also you can find many splinters. Where is the internal sphincter present? This portion. Internal sphincter is present in this portion. So this will like holding the tank. Okay, urinary bladder is a tank, right? These are holding the tank that it should not move out, right? In such a way that they are actually holding it. Okay, exactly. Okay, then shall we move on? Okay, we will move on to the penis then, right? So what we are discussing, what is the meaning of penis? Okay, penis is a male external genitalia. Okay, penis is the male external genitalia. So that's what we are discussing here. As you can represent, it's not looks like that. It's actually covered by skin. Here I am added a picture which do not have the skin. Okay, here it is covered by a skin, as you can see, as something like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, so tip of this penis is called glans penis. Okay, tip of the penis is called glans penis. That means it's a tip, a particular tip. Okay, so we will discuss how it's made up of and everything. Okay, so in this tip you can find a small hole. This hole is called as the external urethral orifice, or you can simply external urethral orifice or urinogenital aperture. What's the difference then? As the name suggests, urethra is going out from the soul. Okay, urethra is going out from that hole. One reason, one meaning. Okay. Second meaning is urinogenital aperture. What is the meaning of urino? Urino means related to the urine, where urine will pass, right? What is the genital? Genital means which related to the reproductive organ. If you observe in the males, in the most of the male organisms, what happens? These particular urethra have two functions actually. What are those functions? The first function is excretion of the urine. Okay, first function is excretion of the urine. Second function is ejaculation of the semen. Okay, ejaculation of the semen. So one is the related to urine and another related to the reproductive system. That's why it's called as urinogenital apertures. Okay, urinogenital aperture. But in female, it won't happen. Okay, in female, it won't happen. In females, normally urine or urethral aperture and genital aperture will be completely different. When we are like studying about female reproductive system, there we will go in detail. Okay, if I write a simple diagram like this, okay, the urethral orifice or urethral aperture will be above, and below that will be the genital aperture, or also called as the vagina. Okay, will be there like two separated, not both of them are not combined. But in the male, what happens? Both of them are combined. That's why we call it as the urinogenital tract. Okay, we also call urethra to the urinogenital tract, and the opening is called urinogenital aperture. Okay, and here orifice means opening. Okay, here orifice means opening. Okay, opening is happening. Okay. So next, this particular glands, if you observe this particular glands, so this particular glands is actually covered by a skin. Okay, that's what we mentioned here. I mentioned a skin, right? This is the skin. This skin is called as the foreskin. Okay, this skin is called as the foreskin. Okay, this is completely covered the glans penis. Think about like this. Think about a hand is there, above that a bed sheet is given, right? That means what? Until here the skin is completely firmly attached, but after this it is not attached to the glans penis. It is actually over the glans penis. Okay, it is covered by the glans penis. Okay, because of this nature, these foreskins can be retractable. That means it can go in this direction. It can be retractable. Okay, that's why it's called as the foreskin, or it's also called as the prepuse. Okay, it's also called as the prepuse. Okay, we will discuss a little bit about this particular one. Okay, these two things. If you observe this, so this glance is here, right? I will tell you. Okay, so this glance is here and it's covered by this. And why it's covered by this? Because this particular glance have a lot of blood vessels. As because of it contain lot of blood vessels, these glans peanuts are highly sensitive. Okay, these are highly sensitive. Do you guys know why our lips are sensitive or why our lips are red? Because it have a lot of capillaries. Okay, it have a lot of capillaries. That's why it's sensitive and it's red. Same happens with the glans penis. It's highly sensitive because it is having high blood vessels. Okay, it's having high blood vessels. Okay, so it is not joined. Why there is no particular specific reason? Most probably because this particular glans penis is produced later on. Probably that's the reason. Okay, that may be the one of the reason. We are not sure about why it's like not attached. Okay, but if we observe properly, this particular attached to the glans penis in one position. Okay, in only one position. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, if you observe properly, you can see that it is attached to one particular portion. That particular portion or tissue is called as the frenulum. Okay, it called as the frenulum prepuse. Okay, have you guys ever heard of the term frenulum? Ever heard of the term frenulum? I'm repeating again. What happened? A particular glans penis is there, above the foreskin is there. In lower portion, the foreskin is attached to the glans penis with a tissue. The tissue is called frenulum. Okay. If you, okay, nobody, really, never heard of. Go for the digestion and absorption chapter. Digestion and absorption chapter, exactly, Manupriya. In digestion absorption chapter, what we studied, in the tongue is attached to the floor to using a particular kind of a tissue. We call it as the frenulum, if you observe. Okay, a tissue which is present in between the tongue and the oral floor, right? Some tissues attaching the tongue to the oral floor, that's called as frenulum. You can observe right in the tongue. So frenulum means what? Frenulum simply means any tissue which is attached one type of tissue to the other type of tissue. Okay, so kind of a connecting kind of a tissue. Okay, that's called frenulum. Here we call it as the frenulum prepuse. Okay, prepuse means what? Prepuse means foreskin. That means this is attached to the foreskin. That's why it's called as the frenulum prepuse. Okay, frenulum prepuse. As you probably most of you guys thought that this foreskin is also part of the skin. Because of that, this particular foreskin also have sweat glands. Okay, sweat glands in this particular this one, what foreskin, are called as prepetual glands. Okay, as I mentioned here, prepetual glands, right? These are no other different kind of a gland. These are the modified sweat glands which is present here. Okay, which is present inside to this. Okay, which is present inside to this sweat glands. Okay, what it will do, these prepetual glands, we are not calling it as like sweat glands, these are modified glands. Okay, so these prepetual glands will secrete a particular kind of a substances called as smegma. Okay, it's called as the smegma. Smegma will be secreted in this particular portion. It will be secreted in this particular portion. Okay, then what happened? This smegma is there, right? Smegma also joins with the dead cells. Okay, This is the living system, means there are like a lot of dead cells will be there, right? Or it will joins with the dead cells, and it will form the white discharges, a white color discharge it will release. Okay, what happens? This perpetual glands produce the white color secretions, and this white color secretion along with the dead cells, it will create a white discharge. Discharge means it's not going out, it will accumulate in here. Okay, these are combinedly also called as smegma only. These are combinedly called as smegma only because of this dead cells and these secretions. It's normally when accumulated in a higher number, it will cause a foul smell. Okay, if it's not cleaned properly, then what happens? It will cause a foul smell. Okay, a foul smell will cause. Along with that, if it's not cleaned properly, then what happens? Even it will lead to the bacterial or yeast infection. It may also lead to the bacterial and the yeast infection. Okay. And sometimes what happens? This smegma will hard inside. Okay. Sometimes what happens? Smegma will become hard inside, and it will produce smegma stones. Okay, it can also produce the smegma stones when it become hard and it's like accumulated in that particular portion. Okay, I'll repeat it. What happens? Perpetual gland is secreting smegma and dead tissues are mixed together, and what is happening? They are mixing and they are forming a thick white color secretion that's called as smegma only. Okay, this may cause a foul smell or odor. Okay, it may, if it not cleaned or if it let it like that only, then what happens? It may be affected by the bacterial or yeast infection, or it also causes the smegma stones. Okay. And then what happens? So in that time, the hygiene, maintaining the hygiene of this particular portion also very, very important. That's right. Okay. So sometime what happens due to some religious reason or due to some due to some procedures, or due in some of the countries, okay, due to some beliefs, in some peoples, the foreskin is removed. Okay, the foreskin is there, right? This foreskin will be removed through the incision or through the surgery. That particular procedure is called circumcision. Okay, removal of the foreskin is called the circumcision. Circumcision, yeah, some religions or some country, okay, or due to some beliefs and all the things, circumcision is not circumcision do not give any additionally benefits. Okay, it do not give any benefits. Okay, it's just a belief only, but there is no additional importance or help from the circumcision. Okay, but one other thing will happen, as I already told you, the glands penis are highly sensitive because of the removal of the foreskin. The sensitivity of this glands penis will be reduced. Okay, it will be reduced. Why they are removed? They are removed based on the beliefs. Okay, some people will believe that it should be removed, otherwise that happens, this happens, or something. Those kind of religious, or those kind of like other kind of the reasons, or there are like in some countries it's coming from the several years. Okay, don't know like what's the exact reason, but there is no helpful things in things are there. Okay, by using that. So I'm repeating again. The penis is a male genitalia and it's having the aperture, urinogenital aperture, and the tip is called glans penis and it's covered by a foreskin. Okay, so the foreskin produces smegma, and removal of the foreskin is called circumcision. Okay, any doubt in this, guys? When sensitivity decreases, its advantage or disadvantage? It's obviously kind of not like advantage or disadvantage. It's like the how can I say? This is different from the normal, right? This is the different from the normal, we can say. Okay, there is no advantage and disadvantage from the circumcision, but this is adverse or other effect of the circumcision, we can say. Okay, kind of a little disadvantage only, not advantage. Bro, bulbous branch. All these are branches. Okay, this is the glans penis. Okay, this is called corona. Okay, because this look like a crown. Okay, this is called corona, not our corona, virus corona. This is different corona, and this is the glans penis. Okay, we will study a little bit more also. So if you take a TS or transfer section of this, you can observe different what is that? arteries and veins in here. As usual, blue represent the vessels, sorry, blue represent the veins and red represent the arteries. Okay, as you can observe here, there are like two important tissues are there. Okay, the first important tissue is like corpus cavernosum. Okay, as you can see, it's present in two bundles. Okay, corpus cavernosum can be present in two bundles, and another one is the corpus spongiosum. Okay, this corpus cavernosum have a artery in between them. Okay, they have the artery in between them, and corpus spongiosum have urethra in between them. Okay, corpus spongiosum have urethra in between them. These three tissues are called as spongy tissues or erectile tissues because they have a lot of capillaries. When from the artery blood flow is increased, then they will what happens, it will increase in its size. Okay, it will increase in its size. So how it happens? So all these things are controlled by the ANS. What is the meaning of ANS? Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of ANS? It is controlled by the ANS. Anybody? What is the meaning of ANS? What nervous system? What nervous system? There should be some meaning for A also, right? Arterionodal system, not that one. Autonomous nervous system. Okay, autonomous nervous system. Sanika. Yeah. So, yeah, correct, right. Sanika, do you have any doubt, or you want to tell the answer? Just put that in the chat box. Okay. So, autonomous nervous system. Exactly, autonomous nervous system. This autonomous nervous system will control the erection of the penis. Okay. When during the sexual arousals, then what happens, the lot of blood flow will started to happens to this. Okay, when blood flow increases, these spongy tissues will filled with the blood. Because of these spongy tissues are filled with the blood, initially which is inflated, the penis will be something like this, right? So initially what happening, initially it is inflated like this. Due to the more blood which is coming in, it will become bigger. Okay, it will become bigger. So this is called as the erection. This particular procedure is called, step is called erection. Okay, erection means what? Due to the increased blood flow to the corpus cavernosum and corpus spongiosum, the penis will increase in its size. Okay, because of the spongy tissues, those are called as that particular thing is called as the erection. Okay, so as you can see, this particular corpus spongiosum contains the urethra, corpus cavernosum have the only these things. What is that? Arteries. Okay, if you observe it detailedly, this particular corpus spongiosum, when it reaches the tip of the penis, it will make a bulbous kind of a structure. This is called as the glans penis, as we already observed. Okay, the glans penis is made up of only corpus spongiosum, not corpus cavernosum. I will go to the picture. As you can see here, you can differentiate here, right? Up to below this, and it came somewhat like this, and it made like this. So this is the corpus spongiosum, as they mentioned in here. This is the corpus spongiosum, and upper portion is the corpus cavernosum. Okay, did you guys got it? And you can also observe the foreskin here, right? This is the foreskin, and here is the our glans penis. Okay, any doubt in this, guys? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this part? Two slides. If you have any doubt, just put that in the chat box. Otherwise, click on yes, then we can move on. Okay. Don't hesitate to ask question anywhere. Okay. If you have any doubt, just ask it. Maybe silly like hell, no problem. Okay. If the blood fill the tissues, doesn't it squeeze the urethra? No. So this is like a big pipe. Think about this particular one as a big pipe. Okay. And this is the capillaries. When blood is pumping from this side to this side, then what happens? The blood will pump to this side to this side. So it will expand. Okay, it will expand. Think about a balloon and what we are doing, and we are blowing the air. Then what happens? Balloon will increase in size, right? Exactly like that. Here it's a spongy tissue. When blood is flowing, it will increase in size. Okay, spongy tissue. Exactly. In spongy tissue, you can see some dot-like structure, right? All these are capillaries. All these are the capillaries. Okay, all these are the capillaries. Okay, then we'll move on. Okay, one question is there, simple question. Sorry, I didn't got the time to add new questions. Okay, it's like that only. Removal of foreskin is now not vasectomy, circumcision, tubectomy, prepuse. I'm launching the poll thinking that nobody needs time for this particular question, right? I think everyone will answer every question today. We will yeah, okay. I'm giving you only 30 seconds, okay? I'm giving only 30 seconds because it's like very easy questions, right? Last 5 seconds, guys. Last 5 seconds. Answer quickly. Answer quickly. I'm ending the poll and I'm sharing the results. Nobody choose an option A, 94% B and 2% C and 4% D. And in YouTube, Ashwin and Anu given correct answer. Okay, exactly. So removal of the foreskin is called as the circumcision. Vasectomy means cutting off the vasa differentia. Tubectomy means cutting off the in the females, okay, fallopian tube. Prepuse frenulum means it's just the other name of the glands, right? So correct answer is the option 2. So next are the accessory glands and how they act, all those things. Okay, we will discuss one by one. The first accessory, what's the meaning of accessory glands? These glands help in the reproductive process, right? Accessory means like that only. Vasectomy is the surgical, exactly. Archaeodectomy means castration. I'm not sure. Okay, well, I think every one of you know what's the meaning of castration, right? What is the meaning of castration? Castration. Castration. Simple. Anybody heard of it? Yes or no? You can tell yes or no also. Yeah, simple. Okay, so castration means simple removal of the testicles. Okay, removal of the testicles, exactly, removal of the testicles. Why we will do that? We won't do that in the humans. Okay, don't think about in the humans, but in the other animals we will do that. Okay, deactivating testicles, removal of the testicles, or what is that? There are two things are there. Okay, sometime you will remove the testicle or sometime you will crush the testicles. Okay, you can observe that in the bulls. In what happens when bull is growing, due to the testosterone production, it will started to act like how it wants, right? But we need it should be obedient, right? Docile. Then what we will do in initial days, they will crush the testicles. Okay, it will cause a lot of pain. But now what we are doing, we will make an incision and by giving the anesthesia and we will remove the testicles. Because of that, what happens? There is there is no production of testosterone, and that can be very docile and very docile will be there. Okay, it won't do anything harm. Then you can use it for the daily basis. So what's the difference between bull and bullock? Okay, bull is the one which is having testicles. Bullock is the one which do not have the testicles. Okay. From Bulla. Sir, ox from Bulla. Bull means normally, bro, androgen, testosterone, what's the difference? So, androgen means male hormone. Okay, androgen simply means male hormone. In that, which one? The specific is the testosterone. Okay, testosterone. There are like several hormones are there, testosterone along with testosterone and other things. Okay, in that main is testosterone. Okay, by combining all the hormones, we call it as the androgen. Okay, by combining everything, we call it as the androgen. Okay, we call it as the androgen. Okay, we'll come back to this. So, seminal vesicle, our first accessory gland. Okay, what it will do? This seminal vesicles normally present just below this urinary bladder. Okay, and just above the prostate. Okay, this will produce the alkaline secretion which is having pH of the 7.4. That means alkaline, right? And which makes this 60% volume of semen. Okay, you may ask, sir, what is the meaning of semen? We only know the meaning of sperm. Okay, during the ejaculation, not only sperm will comes out, along with the sperm there is other liquid substances also comes out. Okay, that complete liquid substance is called semen. Okay, think about something like this. You know about the blood. What blood contains? RBC, WBC, plasma and everything, right? So if there is just a RBC, then you won't call it as a blood, right? You won't call that as a blood. You just call it as the RBC. When RBC along with plasma and everything, then you call it as a blood, right? Exactly like that. Sperm along with the other secretions are called as the semen. Okay, is called as the semen. Okay, so what's happening here? Seminal vesicles is the one of the, exactly Chirant. So seminal vesicles are one of the important part in this particular, because it will give alkaline secretions which accounts for 60% volume of the semen. Okay, 60% of semen is only seminal vesicle secretions only. Okay. So what its seminal vesicle secretion contain? It contain fructose. Okay, why it contain fructose? Because fructose give energy to the sperm. Okay, I think every one of you remember about the glycolysis, right? What happens in a glycolysis? A particular cell takes glucose and it will convert it into glucose 6-phosphate, right? Then that will convert into fructose 6-phosphate, right? So then it will convert into fructose 1,6-biphosphate, right? So here, what is happening? Glucose is taken, and from that energy production, that means glycolysis happening. Okay. I will come to that, Sindhana. Okay. But instead of that, what this particular seminal vesicle is doing, it is giving directly fructose. Then what happens? There is no need of turning glucose into fructose. The particular cell can directly take up the fructose and it can convert into fructose 6-phosphate, and it can go into the glycolysis process to getting the energy. Okay. Yeah, if you observe the fructose is commonly called as fruit sugar because it is present in the fruits, identified in the fruits, and it's normally present in the fruits. Okay, that does not mean that it should not present in anywhere else, right? So it's a common name, but here is also it is present. Okay, here it's like a D minus fructose is present, it seems. Okay. So it contains fructose. What is the function of fructose? Fructose will give energy to the sperm. Okay. Next, it contains a hormone called prostaglandins. What is the function of prostaglandin? When this particular sperm is released from the sperm, okay, sorry, this semen is released from the penis, it will enter where? It will enter the female reproductive system, right? I will write female reproductive system something like this. I will write something like this, right? So here is our egg, okay, here is our egg, and here is our sperms, okay, here is our sperms and everything. It have to go from here to here, right? So in this function, what it will do, it will start to swim. There is a aid for the swimming, okay, there is a help for the swimming. What is that? The prostaglandin, which is present in this seminal vesicle secretion. Okay, these particular prostaglandins will make uterus to contract. Okay, make uterus to contract. Because of this contraction, what happens? This one, or sperms will move more towards this side. Okay, it will move more towards the egg side. Okay, that's the function of the prostaglandin. I'm repeating. Prostaglandin will help in uterine contraction, which in turn help in the movement of the sperms towards the egg. Okay. The third one is the clotting factor. Okay. Why it should contain clotting factor then? What is the meaning of clotting? Clotting means clumping together, right? It will clumping together. Think about something like this. Sperms are here and it also have fructose. Okay. It have all the other energy molecule. Do you think sperm will sit around simply doing nothing? No, right? What sperms will do? Sperms will start to utilize the energy and it will lose all the energy, right? Think about something like this. You wanted to climb a mountain. Okay, you wanted to climb a mountain. A mountain is there. Okay, you wanted to climb, and you have all water, biscuits, everything in your backpack. Okay, when you will eat the water and this one fruits or the biscuits, it's taken for the journey, right? When you are climbing, you need it. But what happens if you finish everything before started climbing? What happens if you finish before climbing? While you are climbing, you won't have any food and you will feel like you can't climb it, and you will come back in the middle only, right? What happens? Give me time. Hi, Chirand, after like 1 year also you haven't lost this habit, right? I will give you. After completing, I will come to that. Okay. So what happens here? So same condition happens in the same position. Okay. So sperm is here and all the nutrition's here, right? If everything is given to sperm, sperm will utilize all the nutrition when it is present in the male reproductive system only. When it actually reaches to the female reproductive system, there will be no energy left to the swimming. Okay, that's why what happens, These seminal vesicles produce some clotting factors. These help in coagulation of the sperm. Okay. Once this semen is enter into the female reproductive system, then it will be liquefied. Okay. Then it will be liquefied. Then again sperm get the ability to move. Okay. Then sperm get the ability to move on. Okay. Then it get the ability to move on. Understood? The function of clotting factors in here. Okay. So next is the alkaline nature. So it is having the alkaline nature. That's also helping another one thing, that is neutralizing the acidic environment. Okay, sperm do not have any acidic environment. If there is any acidic environment, then what happens? The sperms will die. Okay, to stop that, what happens? Seminal secretions have alkaline nature. It will remove all the or neutralize all the acidic environment present in the male urethra, also in the female reproductive tract. Okay, it will make easy for the sperm to move on. Okay, understood? Any doubts regarding the seminal vesicle, guys? Any doubt? As you are asking, exactly correct. Okay, exactly correct, Chiran. These prostate glands will be having, I think, actually 4 lobes. Okay, 4 lobes, and these portions are penetrated inside. Like these prostate glands completely covering this like this. Okay, which is coming almost on the behind here. Okay, so it's like passing through. We can say it's a passing through. Okay, exactly. Any doubts, guys? No, right? We'll move on then. Sir, how can sperm go towards the egg? That we will study later on. Okay, just don't take tension. Okay, I'm repeating it once again. How it will move towards the egg, we will study that in what is fertilization part. Okay, seminal vesicle, it is present below to the urinary bladder and above to the prostate gland. Okay, it will secrete alkaline secretion having pH of 7.4. It will account for 60% volume of the semen. Okay, it has fructose, prostaglandins, and clotting factors. Fructose gives energy. Prostaglandins help in uterine contraction, which in turn help in the movement of the sperm. Okay, clotting factor help the semen to coagulate, which help in the which help in the accumulation of the energy until it reaches the female system. This alkaline nature of the complete liquid also help in the neutralizing of the acidic environment. Okay. So next is the prostate gland. This is very important. Okay, in prostate gland, what happens? It is present just below this urinary bladder. Okay, it is present just below the urinary bladder. Okay, this also secretes the alkaline prostate fluid, but it's more towards this one. Okay, it may have a pH of 6.5. Okay, remember 6.5. It may have a pH. Okay, but not below this. What happens? Above this, towards the alkaline. Okay, towards the alkaline, the pH will be there. Okay, that means what? The pH of the prostate gland secretion is above 6.5 and mostly near to the alkaline. Slightly alkaline means 7.1 or 7.2. Okay, that kind of alkaline nature will be there. Okay, how it is? This is milky, that means whitish color, and it's thick and it's sticky and it's jelly-like. Okay, how it is? It's milky, thick, sticky, and jelly-like secretion. Okay, it account for 25 to 30% of the total volume of the semen. Okay, 25 to 30% of the semen contain the prostate gland secretion. Okay, what it contains then? It contains citric acid. Okay, why pH is reduced sometime? Because of the citric acid. Okay, what is the function of citric acid? Anybody tell me? So, function of citric acid in here? Anybody tell me what is the function of citric acid? If you know plant physiology properly, you can answer this quickly. Okay. Nobody? Probably you guys heard about citric acid, like, no, it is vitamin C, obviously, right? Probably you heard about citric acid cycle, right? Citric acid cycle. What happens? In glycolysis, glucose is converted into pyruvate. Pyruvate converted into acetyl coenzyme. And when oxygen availability is there, then what happens? It will go through a cycle called citric acid cycle, and that will give a lot of NADH and GTP, right? Exactly, Krebs cycle. Not only remember, this is like a lot of people thinks like glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport system only happens in plant. No, glycolysis, Krebs cycle, and electron system happens in all organisms. It may be plant, animal, fungi, or what is that? Bacteria, or what is that? Protista. Everywhere it will happen. Okay. But remember, glycolysis is a universal cycle, that means present in all organisms. Citric acid cycle and ETS only present in the aerobic organism. Okay, only present in the aerobic organism. Understood? Understood. Don't restrict those cycles to only to the plants. It's present in all the organisms. Okay, that's the importance. Even though you take medical in first semester, you have to read the same things. Okay, glycolysis, citric acid cycle, EDS, all those things you have to study. Okay, yeah. So we will get back to this. Citric acid is present, it will give the energy, okay, and it also have calcium and phosphates. This calcium and phosphates are act as like activators for certain enzymes, okay, activators for the enzymes, and it also have certain enzymes like amylase, pepsinogen, and clotting enzymes, and also profibrinolysin, okay, profibrinolysin. What is the function of these things then? Okay, I will explain it in a simple manner. Okay, if you, as you can observe in this particular diagram, from seminal vesicle, seminal fluid will come. From the prostate gland, prostate fluid will come. When both of these combines, then the clumping will happen. Okay, then the clumping will happen. All the sperm containing these liquids will clump together. Okay. Then what happens, as I told you, when it's reached to the female reproductive tract, okay, when it reaches to the female reproductive tract, due to the change in biochemical chemistry, okay, due to the change in little bit of the change in the chemicals, what happens? This pepsinogen, and profibrinolysin, everything will become active, and these will liquefies. These will liquefies this what's the gel-like substances. Okay, what clump is happened, right? That clump is liquefied during this time. It will be liquefied once it reaches to the female reproductive system. When liquefaction happens, then what happens? Think about something like this. This is like coagulation. Inside this, our sperm is stuck. Okay. When it liquefies, then what happens? Sperm become free, and the sperm will start to move towards the egg. Okay. So that's called as the activation of sperm. That's called as the activation of sperm. I'm repeating once again. Okay. Prostate gland is present below the urinary bladder, and it will produce slightly alkaline secretion. Okay, it accounts for 25 to 30% of the volume of semen. It contains citric acid for the energy, calcium and phosphate for the activation of enzymes and other purpose, and it also have enzymes and profibrinolysin. These enzyme and profibrinolysin will activated when it enter to the female reproductive system, or once it is ejaculated, once it's like out of the body. Okay, when it's get activated, then what happens? Due to the activation, it will decoagulate the already coagulated that particular semen, okay, or liquefy the semen. Okay, this will release the sperm from the coagulation, or this is called as the activation of the sperm. Okay, any doubt in this, guys? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? If you have any doubt, you can put the question now. Okay, regarding prostate gland and the seminal vesicle. By combining only these things are happening. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can put that. Yeah, shall we move on? Okay, so next is the bulbourethral gland or copper gland. As the name suggests, you can guess. Okay, bulbourethral gland, a bulb-like structure. Okay, and where it is present is presented attaching to urethra. Okay, also called as the Cowper's gland, no problem. Okay, this bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland is present in this particular portion. Okay, that means attached to the membranous urethra. As you can observe here, this is the membranous urethra. It forms a bulb-like structure, right? This is actually how many numbers? Sorry, how it is? It's like present in the two sides. Okay, it is present on the two sides. Think about something like this. This is the urethra, and one bulbourethral gland will be here, another bulbourethral gland will be here. Okay, so two bulbourethral glands will be there attached to the either sides. Okay, these also secretes the alkaline fluid, and this alkaline fluid have two important functions. Okay, what are those functions? These alkaline fluids are secreted before the ejaculation. Sorry, these are secreted before ejaculation. Okay, ejaculation takes little time. Okay, it won't happen all of a sudden. It takes some time. During that time, secreted before the ejaculation, during that time only the secretion will started. Okay, this secretion will start to come. Then what it will do, this secretion will go through in this way. Okay, go through in this way. While going, it's having alkaline nature, right? So it will neutralize the acidic nature of the urine. Okay, any urine is left in the urethra, all those things will be there, right? it will, what it will do, it will neutralize the acidic urethra. Okay, it will neutralize the acidic urethra. It have another one function also. This have a mucus kind of a secretion. Due to this secretion, it will become, it will also makes that lubrication of the tip of the penis and lining of the penis. Sorry, lining of the urethra. Okay, think about, sorry, this is the penis. Okay, think this is the penis. Okay, here is the urethra. What happens? These secretions will cover this urethra, and it will not only neutralize this, what is that, acidic urethra, and it also act as a lubricant. This lubrication helps to that in such a way that there is a reduction in the damage of the sperm. Okay, if there is no lubrication, what happens? The sperm may attach here or here, it may die of the acidic nature. All those conditions will be there. Due to the lubrication and due to the alkaline nature, now sperm can move freely without any damage. Okay, without any damage. And not only this, these particular secretion also cover the glands. Okay, this also cover the glands. It help in the coitus. Okay, it help in the coitus as a lubricant. These are natural lubricants. This help in the this one coitus process also. Okay, it also helps in the intercourse or during the coitus also. Okay, and repeating, bulbourethral or Cowper's gland are present just below the it is exactly it's just below the this one, or is that prostate glands. Okay, it is 2 in number, and it's also produce alkaline fluid, and it's neutralizing in function, and it also help in lubrication of the urethra and also the lubrication of the tip of the penis or glands. And the lubrication helps in reducing in damage, and it also improve the coitus. Okay, so is it contribute to the semen? Exactly, this is also contribute to the semen, but the contribution of this is less than 10%. Okay, contribution of bulbourethral gland is less than 10%. Okay, it majorly involved in the pre-ejaculation. Okay, it normally involved in the pre-ejaculation. That's why it's also called as pre-ejaculation fluid. Okay, so rather than the along with the ejaculation. Okay. Is sperm produced daily? Production of a sperm is continuous. Okay, production of sperm is continuous. Okay, there is no stopping of the sperm production. Okay, it's always 24/7 production will be there. If production of sperm is increased a lot, okay, it's totally too much increased, but there is no spending of the sperm. Okay, there is no ejaculation or there is no spending of the sperm. Then what happens? The testicle also produces another hormone called inhibin. This inhibin gives the signals that okay, there is no spending of the sperm, so you can reduce the production of the sperm. Then production of sperm will be reduced. Okay, once again the spending of sperm is decreased, then again the cycle will happen. Okay, the cycle will happen. So it's a 24/7 process, you can say. But based on temperature, food, and everything, one time it will be more, one time will be less, like that. Okay. Sertoli cells produce inhibin. Exactly. Sertoli cells produce the inhibin. Probably you guys already go through that, right? Exactly. What happens? Lot of sperms are produced. Nothing will happen. So when lot of sperms are produced, so it will be stored in their positions. Okay. When it is not going out, then what happens? New sperms are coming in, right? Then old sperms have to be reduced. Due to that, lot of WBC cells or lot of these cells will eat that. Okay, eat that, and it will convert the sperm into other energy molecule. Okay, it will convert into other energy molecule. That's it. Or sometimes what happens is like during this initial puberty time, the sperms will be released or semen will be released without knowing or without the knowledge of the person also. That also sometimes happen. And that also can be happen in the people. Okay. Exactly. Once what happens, removal of sperms is happening, then rate of production will increase, but everything have a limit, right? The production limit have a limit, production capacity have a limit. After that, what happens? It will start to damage, okay? It will start to damage the tissues, okay? Yeah. So last one is the perineal or rectal gland. Remember, this is not in humans. I'm mentioning it here. It is not in humans. So then you may ask, sir, if it's not in humans, why you mentioned it? Because it's important. That's why I mentioned it. Okay. This is normally present in other kind of the what is that? Other kinds of the mammals. Okay. These are present around the genitalia. Okay, around the genitalia, and these produce the pheromones. Okay, these produce the pheromones, and these pheromones help to attract the mates, male to female and female to male. Okay, pheromones are produced in different category, but these perineal rectal glands are only present in the higher organisms. Okay, only present in the higher organisms. These help in the attracting mates. Normally, you can say it's present in the rabbits. Okay, I added this mark just to say that these are not in humans. Just remember this. Okay, don't write that perineal or rectal gland is present in the humans. Okay, that's not correct. Pheromones are organic compounds. Sorry, pheromones are aromatic compounds which help in the mating process. Okay, which help in the mating process. Shall I move on? So one question, sorry, not question, little explanation is there. We'll think about the semen. As I already discussed, semen means not only sperm, semen also means that it contains sperm, okay, and accessory productive glands, fluids. Once again, sir, season affect reproduction in plants. Does it have any role in animals? Exactly. There are like seasonal and non-seasonal breeders. I think it's already done in the first chapter, right? Animals are differentiated into seasonal and non-seasonal. Seasonal breeders are normally based on their internal clock. Okay, there's an internal clock on everyone. Okay, based on the internal clock, on some organisms only acted in a particular time. Like frog only activated in rainy season. Okay, or dogs are also only activated in certain months, like that. Effect is there. Okay, not based on light, based on season. Okay. So semen is contained sperm and also the accessory reproductive gland fluid or seminal plasma, sorry, reproductive gland secretions. Okay, secretions. So how much it will be? Per ejaculation, 3 to 4 ml will be ejaculated. Okay, per ejaculation, normally 3 to 4 ml will be ejaculated. This is also totally little bit different from person to person. Some maybe it's like 5-6 ml. For some people it will like 2 ml, like that also. Okay, but healthy person or regular normal person, most of the average person, 3 to 4 ml will be ejaculated per ejaculation. Okay, in that 3 to 4 ml, if you take 1 ml, you can find 20 to 120 million sperms in per ml of the semen. Okay, just imagine in a single ml of the semen how much you can find. You can find 20 to 120 million sperms. Okay, 20 to 120 million sperms. Okay, understood. So these are the related to the semen. We will move on to the next one. Okay, so simple question is there. Try to answer question, and the meantime, if you have any doubt, just ask me. Okay, pH of the seminal fluid is slightly alkaline, slightly highly alkaline, slightly acidic, highly acidic. So what is the correct answer? If you have any doubt regarding the anything what we discussed until now, you can ask that now also. Okay, no problem. Okay, I don't think you guys need a lot of time for this, right? This is one of the easy question. Yes, last 15 seconds. I'm closing the poll. Answer quickly. Yes, I'm ending the poll, guys. And I'm sharing the results. 76% choose option A, 17% B, 7% C, and nobody choose option D. Correct, right? So we know that it's not acidic. You can directly remove the acidic from here, right? Next is this, sorry, high, it is not, sorry. You know that none of them are acidic, so you can remove both the acidic, and then you will left with the options slightly alkaline or highly alkaline. And you know that it's like almost like 7.4 or 7.5. This 7.4 or 7.5 is not highly alkaline, so it's slightly alkaline, right? This is the slightly alkaline. So because it's having the pH of 7.4 or 7.5 pH. Okay, so the correct answer is option A. Okay, we will move on to the next thing. What is the function of reproductive system? So it's like simple headings. I just wanted to tell you guys. The function of reproductive system can be divided into three types. One is production of the sperms, okay, that's called spermatogenesis. And the second one is the production of male sex hormone, that's testosterone, which in turn help in the secondary sexual development, okay, secondary sexual character development. And the third one is the transfer of sperms, okay, by the ejaculation and erection process, okay. So transfer of sperms to the female genitalia and to the female reproductive system. These three are the function of the reproductive system, okay. After this, we will move on to the different problems or disorders. What you can see in the highly alkaline medium also affects sperm. Exactly. If it is highly alkaline media, in that also sperms can't survive. It will also die in the high alkaline media. Okay. Yes. We will move on to the disorders. The first very important disorder is the sterility. Okay. What is sterility? Sterility means inability of sperm to fertilize the egg. Okay, what is the meaning of sterility? Inability of sperm to fertilize the egg. So you may ask, sir, what is the reason for that? The reason may be any three. It may be oligospermia. Oligospermia means what? I told you, in a regular person, the number of sperms will be 10 to 120 million per ml, right? But what happens in some persons, it will be less than 20 million sperms. Okay, less than 20 million sperms per ml. In this person, why there is like more sperms are there? Because when sperms enter the female reproductive tract, lot of sperms are get destroyed. Okay, lot of sperms are get destroyed because of the different temperature, different pH. Okay, and affected by the white blood cells. Okay, and without having energy, there are like thousands of millions of sperms will die. Okay, only handful of the sperms reach to the egg. But if there is only 20 million sperms, then it will not reach that egg properly. That's why there may be sterility. Okay. So if testosterone is not produced, what will happen to the sperm production? No sperm production if there is no testosterone production. Okay. Because testosterone, probably you've seen the this one, right? Graph, how testosterone will affect. So if there is no testosterone, there is no sperm production. 40% of not vigority more than is sterile. Exactly. Okay, so that's called oligospermia. Then next, oligospermia means what? Less than 20 million sperms in per ml. That's why like sperms are very less. That's why it's one of the reason for sterility. Second one is azoospermia. Azoospermia means what? Azoospermia means there is no sperm or very less sperm. Okay, there is no sperm or very less sperm. I will come to that. Wait. Okay. So what happens? Azoospermia, there may be not at all a single sperm or only like 50, 100 sperm per ml. Okay. In that condition also it may cause sterility. Okay. The third condition is the defective sperms. Okay. Defective sperm means the sperm may do not have the motility, no motility. Okay. Or it may be have a defective head. Okay. The head may be something like this. Okay. Head may be something like this. Or the flagella may be small, okay, or flagella may be not moving at all, okay, that's not motility on the right, exactly. So all these are the reasons for the defective sperm. Defective sperms can be produced by the gene action or any damage to testicles, okay. So these in defective sperms also what happens, it can't reach to the egg. In the same condition, it also causes the sterility in male, okay. So can it happen in real life that not having sperm? Exactly, the conditions are there in some patients. In that patients, what happens due to either damage or due to some other conditions, there are not at all a single sperms will be present in the testicles. Okay, there are not at all a single sperm will be present. Those are condition is azoospermia. Okay. In the last is the second important disorder is the impotence or loss of erection. Okay, impotence or loss of erection. That's what you are asking, right? Is erection process necessary one? Exactly, it's necessary because erection will hardens the penis. Erection will hardens the penis. This hardened penis only can enter the female genitalia. Can enter female genitalia. If it is not hard, then what happens? It can't enter to the female genitalia. Then the sperms will be, even though like this one, what is that? Ejaculation happens. Then what happens? Ejaculation happens outside of the body, right? Outside, not inside of the body. And the delivery of the sperm should happen inside of the body, right? So if there is loss of erection, if the penis is not showing the erection, I told you what is the meaning of erection, right? So then what happens? That's called impotence. In that condition also, it will become, that's also one of the reason or one of the disorders, you can say, one of the disorders in the male reproductive system. Okay. So can ejaculation takes place without erection? That can be possible. Ejaculation can takes place without erection also. That's also possible in some cases. Okay. So impotence is the loss of erection. That's a huge thing. Impotence causes either by the age or by the damage in any neurons. Okay, connecting to the this one. Okay, penis or the male reproductive system. Okay, there are some other reasons also there. Okay, any doubt in these things related impotence? We'll move on to the third one called prostate cancer. As I already mentioned about prostate gland, right? So sometime what happens in the prostate gland, certain cancerous tissues will start to come. These cancerous tissues are actually malignant in nature. Malignant means what? In the cancer, two types are there. One is benign and another is malignant. Malignant cancers can spread. Okay, malignant cancers can spread. So these kind of cancers can generated in the this one prostate. The reason for the prostate cancer we don't know. Maybe due to the genes, or maybe due to any mutations, or maybe due to damage. Okay, there are several reasons are there. But prostate cancer is one of the most common cancer in the males in the India. Okay, prostate cancer is one of the most common cancer. Okay, in the males. So what happens? This prostate cancer actually stimulated by the testosterone. That's a very bad thing. As the testosterone production increases, this malignant cancer also increases. That's why what we will do in this particular prostate cancer, we will remove the testicles. Okay, we will remove the testicles. When you remove the testicles, then what happens? The testosterone production will be halted. Because of there is no testosterone production, then what happens? The prostate cancer will be the growth will be reduced. Okay, growth will be reduced. Then we will treat with the different anti-cancerous substances to remove this cancerous tissue. Okay, what may be precautions for this cancer? There is no particular precautions for any cancer. The only precautions for all the different types of cancer is like having a very good food and having very good lifestyle with lot of antioxidant rich foods. Okay, good lifestyle and good food can reduce the onset of the cancer, but we are not sure about some things. Okay, because like it may be caused from several reasons. We are still understanding the biology of cancer. Okay, still understanding. Okay, it's not done yet. Yeah, so but good food and good health, good lifestyle is always. I'm repeating what happens in prostate cancer. A malignant cancer will start it in prostate and it's stimulated by the testosterone. In that condition, what we will do, we will start the anti-cancer treatment along with removal of the testes. Because of that, what happens? There is no production of testosterone. Because of that, the growth will be reduced, and using different anti-cancerous therapies and medications, we can remove the cancer. Okay. Next one is the inguinal hernia. What happens here, as I already told you, this is our what is that? Lower abdominal portion. Okay, this is our testicles. Okay, so this is our scrotal sac, and this particular portion is called as the inguinal canal. This particular portion is called as the inguinal canal. Okay, so what happens sometime? Due to some pressure, this particular intestine, small intestine, will start to push. Okay, it will start to push from here to this direction. Okay, from here to this direction. When it's pushing, it may reach up to halfway. If it only reaches up to this, this is called as inguinal hernia into canal. Sometimes it will push up to the scrotal sac, then it will called as inguinal hernia into scrotum. Okay, both of this condition, what happens? Both of the condition, the scrotal sac will swell. Scrotum or scrotal sac will swell because of the protrusion of the intestine. Protrusion means intestine is coming in. Okay, intestine is coming in. It should not be there, but it's coming there, right? That's called protrusion. Scrotum will swell, and it also causes lot of pain. Okay, it also causes lot of pain, and that's called as inguinal hernia. Okay, remember here hernia only represent protrusion. Okay, in hernia only represent the protrusion. That means wherever protrusion is happening, we call it as a hernia. Okay, but this hernia is happening in inguinal canal. That's why it's called as the inguinal hernia. Okay, that's the importance of using that word. Okay, don't call hernia, we call it as like inguinal hernia, but regularly people will call it as like hernia only. Okay, This can be found in old age people. Okay, it's normally higher onset in the old age people. Okay, old age people. Why it is happening? One of the reason is the obesity. Okay, one of the reason for the hernia is the obesity. Okay, and another one is the busy schedules. Okay, lot of pressure if it is happening on the lower abdomen, that's also causes the hernia. Okay, lot of exercise someone is doing without any what is that, without any person taking care of. Okay, that's why we normally doing exercise, what we will say, there should be someone who is monitoring you, right? You are doing correct or wrong. If you are taking everything on yourself, what happens? It may cause a lot of pressure on your lower abdomen. It can push the intestine into the inguinal canal. Okay, one, lot of exercise. Second, obesity. Okay, obesity also causes the this one. Obesity means gaining weight, right? That also causes the inguinal hernia. Okay. We will move on to the other example for the hernia is like we can think about this one, facial hernias. Okay, they or what is the epidermal hernias. Okay, in epidermal hernia, what happens? Inside tissues will enlarge and it will goes above this epidermal tissues. Okay, near to the epidermal tissues. That's also called hernia. Okay, and internal body also there are certain hernia can be present. Okay, those are very rare. Those are very rare. Okay. So we'll move on to the other one called cryptorchidism. Okay, what is the meaning of cryptorchidism or indescendant testes? Okay, normally what happens during the prenatal, that means before giving to the birth, a small amount of testosterone is produced by the liver. Okay, by the liver, a very small, tiny bit of testosterone is produced without child is coming out. Okay, when it is present inside the womb only. Okay, small amount. This small amount of testosterone is required for the testicles to come from here to here. Okay, come from here to here. Remember, testicles are formed inside the abdomen. Testicles are formed inside the abdomen. Okay, later stages, due to this small level of testosterone, it should start to come down and it should place itself in the scrotal sac. It's a normal condition. Okay, but in some people, what happens due to the lack of testosterone during the fetal, okay, during the fetal stage, what happens? This testicle will not descend. It will remain there in the abdomen. Okay, but issue is like here they show the percentage. Okay, in that all the cryptochildism patients, 15% of patients having their testes in this portion, abdominal, 25% having them in inguinal canal, that's 25%, and 60% having in the high scrotal sac, but in above region. Okay, so what happens in these conditions? This testicles present in here temperature is high, right? Temperature is high. Due to this condition, these peoples will normally sterile. Okay, if you let it like that only, then these persons will be sterile, and this may turn into a cancer. Okay, malignancy means what? Malignancy means a type of cancer, as I already told you, which can spread. Okay, a type of cancer which can spread. Okay, if the person haven't observed it, then what happens? It may that person will become sterile and it may causes the cancer also. What we can do it then? That's why the doctor will check all the children. One that particular child is born, the doctor also checks that his testicles are descended or not. If it is not descended, then they will make a small incision or small surgery. In that, they will forcibly, like what they will do, they will descend the testicles from the abdomen to the testicles. Okay, that's a simple what is that, surgical procedure. That's why we have to observe this, the descendants of testes in the early age of life. In the early age of life. Okay, as soon as like you are living like as the age of the child increases, okay, the sterility will increase and also the turning it into the malignancy also increases. Okay, so what is testis cancer? The cancer which present on the testis. If the cancer comes to the testis, that's called testis cancer. Okay, as I told you, if you let the testis present in the abdomen, then what happens? It may also turn into cancer. Okay, understood? I'm repeating. It's called cryptorchildism. Why? Because crypto means hidden. What is happening here? Here the testicles are hidden inside the abdomen. Okay, inside the abdomen. That's why it's called cryptorchildism or undescended testis. Here testis will not descend to the scrotal sac. due to the lack of testosterone in the fetal testis. By surgery, we can correct it in the early life of the child. In the early life of the child. Okay, understood? So we'll move on to the next. Sir, why in fetus some babies born without testes? What is the reason? That is the reason I'm telling you, right? Sometimes the testes are not there. Why it is? I'm repeating. Okay, sir. What happens while that what is that baby is developing? Then it need a small amount of testosterone for the testicle to descend down to the scrotal sac. Okay, but in some babies, what happens? The testosterone production will not happen. Okay, testosterone production will not happen. In that babies, what happens? The testicles will remain in the abdomen. Okay, that's why when they born, they do not have the testicles in their scrotal sac. Okay, if that is the case, doctor will wait for some time to check that it will descend down or what. If it will not descend down in few weeks, then they will make a surgery and they will forcefully descend down the testicle to the this one scrotal sac. Okay, understood? Due to the lack of testosterone during the fetal stage, and this is produced by the liver, not by the testis. Okay, that time the testosterone is produced by the liver, not by the this one. Okay, one question come, guys. Just answer this question. Which of the following condition can be seen in children? Impotence, prostate cancer, cryptorchidism, azoospermia. What is your answers? And just take this time. I'm giving 30 seconds only 30 seconds. Answer quickly. And take this time also for the doubts. Okay, if you have another doubt, just put that in the chat box now. Okay, just put that in the chat box. Okay, last 10 seconds. Answer quickly. Exactly, I'm ending the poll and I'm sharing the result. 89% chosen option C, 8% B, and 3% A. Okay, so I will repeat, Rajat. Okay, so remember, azoospermia means lack of sperm, right? That cannot be happens in children. Children do not producing the sperm, so you can't guess it, right? Impotence also you can observe only when they become adult, so you can't say them in the children, right? So this is not the answer. As I already mentioned, prostate cancer also can be found in old people. What is the correct answer? The correct answer is the cryptorchidism, which can be observed in the certain children. Okay, what is the cavity between scrotum and testicles? This one is you are asking. This particular is nothing. It's like scrotum cavity, scrotum cavity, scrotum pouch. That's it. Here is the inguinal. Inguinal canal is above. Inguinal canal is the above. Inguinal canal. Inguinal canal. Okay. It's not. Remember, it's not child. It's childism. Okay, it's childism. You can compare that as like cryptor child, but it's cryptor childism, not childism. Okay. Another question, simple. A person of age 40 with two children came to hospital with swollen scrotum sac with pain. Okay. What is your opinion about this condition? Okay. Think about you are a doctor and tell me what is the condition? Cryptorchidism, inguinal hernia, impotence, kidney stones. What may be the answer? Think. Without thinking, don't answer. Same, 30 second. 30-second question. Correct, Ashwini and Mahmoud Ayasmin. I'm ending the poll. Exactly, I'm ending the poll. And I'm sharing the result. 5% chosen option A, 88% B, 8% C. In YouTube, everyone give an answer correct. Okay, I'm stop sharing the result. What happened, Ashwin? You changed your answer or what? So he is age of 40 with two children. Okay, is it kidney stone? No, kidney stone. Why the scrotum sac will enlarge? Right, not kidney stone. Is he impotence? I mentioned two children. Right, he is not important. He has children. Is it cryptorchidism? No, he has the children, so it is not possible, right? We can remove this. And what is the correct answer? The correct answer is inguinal hernia. The correct answer is inguinal hernia. So he have an inguinal hernia, that's why he got that. Okay, correct, right? Exactly right. Okay then. So once again, guys. Yeah. So these are the homework for the next class. Okay. Just watch the video for the human sperms under microscope. It's mandatory. Do watch it. Okay. You will be amazed how many sperms will be there. Okay. Solve module question and also solve the reproductive system questions. Okay. And I launched the NPS poll for the people who are in the Zoom. Okay. Answer the NPS poll. It's very mandatory. Okay. And it's very necessary. While you completed your NPS, then you can leave the class, or if you have any doubt, you can ask it now also. Okay. Someone asked about to repeat cryptorchidism. I'm repeating it. Okay. What will be the treatment for inguinal hernia? Sorry, I forgot to mention that in the inguinal hernia, doctor will what he will do? He will make an incision here, and he will stitch. He will force this to out inside, and they will make a stitching here. Okay, they will make a stitching here. Okay, so that's the normally what we will do. In cryptorchidism, I am repeating again. Okay, in male, the testicles are formed inside the abdomen or in the lower abdomen. Okay, then they will descend down to the scrotum. Okay, that's the normal condition. But what happens for that to descend down to the scrotum sac? It need a small amount of testosterone while development. Okay, during the development process. Okay, but what happens if that particular baby do not get the testosterone during the development process? Then the testicles will not descend down. It will kept remain in the abdomen. That's called cryptorchidism, because it will be hidden in a scrotal sac will be empty. Okay, it will be empty. Okay, what is the problems? Because it is present in the abdomen where temperature will be very high, it will causes the sterility, and also it may causes the cancer. It may leads to the cancer. Okay, the solution for this is like in the early age of life, we can do the surgery, and using surgery we can descend down the testicles. Okay. Okay. Next is the prostate gland. Simple. Prostate gland is simple. Remember, this prostate gland has several lobes. Okay, these are called lobes. As you speculated, these will pass through this gland. Okay, this will pass through this gland, and it's surrounded by the gland. Okay. Difference between spermiogenesis, spermatogenesis, and spermiation. Spermatogenesis means complete procedure of the sperm production. What is the difference between spermiogenesis and spermiation? Can anybody tell me? Spermiogenesis and spermiation. Spermiogenesis and spermiation. What about clotting, sir? About clotting? No, bro, those points in prostate glands. Same. I explained that using this diagram. That's it. You can see here, right? This is the prostate gland. This prostate gland have different lobes. Okay, and this particular part will pass through this. Okay, it will pass through this. What about clotting factor? I'm going back there. As I mentioned here, here you can see coagulation. Here you can see the clotting factor, and in this also you can see the clotting factor enzymes. Okay, when both of these seminal vesicles and prostate gland fluids are fused, then it will form the coagulation. Okay, then it will form the coagulation. So this coagulation will stick to the sperm, and make sperm will not move. Okay, make sperm will not move from this position. Okay, what is the function of this then? Okay, if it moving, then what happens inside the male reproductive system only? It will use all the energy, and what happens? It will become useless, right? It will become useless. So that's why it will kept in that position. When it enter to the female reproductive position, then what happens? It will liquefy this this amylase, pepsinogen, and profibrinolysin will act on that, and it will liquefy that clot. Then what happens? The sperm will be released, and it will be activated, and it will be moved towards the egg. Okay. Yes, got it. Any other doubt? Guys, you didn't tell me what's the difference between spermiogenesis and spermiation. Can anybody tell me? Spermiogenesis and spermiation. Anybody? Spermiation means sperm eject after it leaves Sertoli cells. Spermiogenesis. spermatid, correct, right. So what is the spermiogenesis means? Spermatogenesis means complete step, okay. Spermiogenesis means spermatid is there, okay. Spermatid will be something like this. I am taking IMT slide, okay. Spermatid will be something like this, circular regular cell, okay. Then it's converting, or morphologically it's changing its shape, right. So it's become motile sperm, or you can call it as like spermatozoa. This particular process is called as the spermiogenesis. Actually we will study that, okay, we will study that, okay. And what is the meaning of spermiation? Exactly. Already this spermatozoa or sperm is produced. Okay. Now it is released. Now it is released, right? And now it is released from Sertoli cell. What happens after it will become sperm? Where it will be embedded? It will embed itself in the Sertoli cells, right? It will embed itself in the Sertoli cells to get the nutrition. When it is released from the Sertoli cells, that is what we call it as the spermiation. Okay, spermiation. Spermatogenesis means complete process. Spermiogenesis means spermatid to spermatozoa. Spermiation means releasing from the releasing from the Sertoli cells. Okay, that's it, guys. Any other doubts? Thank you. Sir, if a person is suffering from cryptochildism, is not treated, will he turn into transgender? No, no, no. Okay, no. So here, what happens, because his testicles are inactivated or not functional, his secondary sexual character may not be formed. Okay, secondary sexual character may not be formed because of the lack of testosterone due to the inactivated testicles. Okay, inactivated testicles. So as I already mentioned in the I think so it will not turn in. Okay, there is nothing turning into transgender. Transgender is almost everything is about mental things. Okay, a person, trans means moving, gender means sex, right, from male or female. If a person is transferring from male to female or female to male consciously, then it's called transgender. Okay, then it's called a transgender. Understood? Yeah. So it's not the reason for that. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.